this week you've been running, but I felt like it was a lot of me going, are you running? Are you thinking about running?
Or you're just taking credit for it now.
I'm not taking credit for it. I'm trying to illustrate how, because we're
No, I run because of the advantage it gives me. I don't run out of like, I love to do this.
Right.
I do. I mean, I do. You do feel good after you do it. You get back and you're like, oh, that was refreshing. But like, I know the whole time that I'm doing it, I'm like,
Yeah, that's how I am with reading. It's like, I read because I'm like, all right, I really want to know this right now, but it's like, I wish it could just talk to me.
Yeah,
just say it to me.
Yeah, man. If I had my choice between waking up and doing 20 minutes of running or 20 minutes of reading, it's reading all the time.
You gonna read first? I would love to run. I would be like, let me get my sneaks laced up. I'm out. I would rather do that. And then after I run, I might have the ability to be like, you know what? I'll read now because I've got that energy out. But if I didn't run, then I'm always gonna be thinking like, all right, well, I could have ran today.
Man, every time I finish reading, I'm like, I'm never running again. I'm done. Never again. All right, well, you ready to start? We can start this podcast.
Okay, yeah.
We got a little runner on our hand. That's crazy. I'm sorry I can't get my head around that. Dude, also, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing that's blowing my mind. It's not just that he discovered it late in life, but you discovered a love for running after you started comedy.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
So you're doing late nights, you're hanging out late, and then you wake up in the morning and run?
Yeah, I mean, especially during the summer. Now, it depends on the time of year. During the summer, if I don't get out before 7 in the morning, then it's probably not going to happen that day because it's really hot. It's really hot. But
yeah,
during the winter, I mean, you want to wait until the sun is out.
Yeah,
because it's cold. So yeah.
During the winter, I would wait until the summer. I'm not. No, thank you. All right, we'll start this podcast.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we're doing it again. We are back. The Chakra Poppers are back once again, and I am sitting here with the world champion Ansley.
Hello.
And today our guest is none other than the Marcus Levar.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on, people?
What is up, man?
What's going on, man?
No, thank you for finally getting out here, man. I'm so glad we've made this connection.
Thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely.
I love doing podcasts, and I mean, you've always been a cool guy, man. So I was definitely intrigued by the idea of coming to do this show.
I'm so glad we have him recorded saying that. That's going to be the clip.
Yeah, just over and over again.
Just like a gif of, yeah, you've always been a cool guy. You've always been a cool guy. See that, Mom? Some people think so. So, Marcus, do you have any idea what this podcast is?
No. Ansley was telling me a little bit.
Okay.
Popping chakras, but it didn't go much past that. So it's just...
I mean, we don't go much past that. That's what it is. That's basically what it is. I mean, the whole entire premise of this podcast is to prove that you can have any type of sense of humor and still possibly reach enlightenment.
Word.
So what we do is we bring comedians on here. We pop open their chakras from the bottom one up, and then by the end, hopefully they reach enlightenment. But either way, the people watching and listening get to laugh at you in the process.
Word.
Or we'll say laugh with you.
Laugh with
right?
you. Yeah. So we're all supportive.
Yeah, it's a very supportive podcast.
It's a loving space.
Yeah. And you've already fucked me up with your running. I can't. It's like, I don't know. Like, this man's unbreakable. I don't know if we can do it. So, Marcus, everybody gets the same questions on the podcast.
Word.
And so, Ace, let's start it off.
All right. So, Marcus, what situation or event did you learn the most information from?
In my life? That's a pretty broad question. Most information about what? Myself? About anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes to both, either.
Okay. I would say not to kill the mood, but I guess I would say when my father passed, I I realized because I had to take care of him,
Mm-hmm.
and it was quarantine, so you couldn't get a nurse or
Oh wow.
fucking Girl Scout to come out and help you. So it was like, so I was.
Would they
there.
give you instructions over the phone? Like,
Yeah, it was stuff like that. Like,
I thought you were gonna be like, how did you get your cookies? If there were no Girl Scouts coming out, like, what did you? But yeah, so you got phone instructions on how to deal with your sick father during quarantine.
yeah, it would. Yeah, or like the doctor's appointment would be real in and out. Just hurry up, get out of here. Make sure you got your mask on, and and I'm not a nurse or I'm nothing but a comedian. So it's like I don't know how to take care of somebody sick, but I had to learn how to take care of somebody.
Yeah.
So I'd say that.
Yeah. Well, if you don't mind me asking, what was his ailment? Like,
Cancer. He had cancer, man. It was cancer that he had already had for like 10 years, but whatever medicine he took had delayed the effects of it for like 10 years. So after that was it. After the medicine was up, that was it.
Okay. And again, not to further go down, something that might be a little bit of a tough memory for. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm here, man. Let's go.
Yeah, but what was taking care of him like?
Wasn't all bad because for months, we didn't know he was dying. So it was like, all right, you just got a bad hip right now. The hip was going bad. We thought he just needed to get a replacement, and then he started getting a little sick. We just thought there was some other stuff coming along, and then eventually we realized, oh, this is the cancer. It's attacking. So after that, it was maybe a month and a half later, and then
So you and your pops are pretty close then?
Yeah.
So before you knew that he was sick and you were just having to do this and having to do that, was part of you like, man, you just try and get attention?
In a way, it's weird, yeah. Not attention, but I was like, because he thought his hip was bad, so he was like, he's just asking me to do everything, and it was quarantine, so I was like, all right, come on, Pop, like it's the hip. Now it's funny because I actually got him some edibles. Yeah. Because my dad he's not a drug user at all. He's ex heroin addict, so he just never. But the hip was so bad, he was like, "Yo, let's do the edibles." And watching my dad get high was hilarious, man. It was funniest thing in the world. But that was. I mean, it's just me trying to help him around the house. I had to help him shower, so I seen his dick a couple times. That was weird.
Yeah. I mean, was it weird for him, you seeing his dick?
I didn't ask, but I felt like the situation was weird enough without us talking about it. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta watch it, man. I mean, it wasn't tough until it wasn't tough until you realize, oh, this is kind of the end. So
yeah. Well, let me ask you this question: You saw your dad's dick. Did you get your dad's dick?
What you mean? Did I get it?
Like genetically, did your dad pass on his dick to you?
His looks a little more established than mine. It's like it's been. He went to Vietnam, man. His just look. Mine doesn't look as used. You know what I'm saying? Like.
He had a gentleman's dick.
Yeah.
A refined. You out there with you got a young man's dick.
Yeah. I feel like I'm still growing. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, my dick doesn't know who he is yet. Yeah. Okay. So if you had to sum up or just, then what is the word I usually use for this?
Distill?
Oh, yeah. If you had to distill what it is that you learned from that experience, what would you say it is? Like, how would you sum that up?
That I actually have the ability to do things that beyond, I guess, what I think my scope is. Mm-hmm. And it's really just about putting my mind to it, which is something that I thought I knew before that until it hit you. And then I'm scrambling like, oh, what do I do? Then I had to relearn that about myself. Like, oh, you know what? I can do this. I can understand this. I start writing stuff down, taking notes when doctors and people are telling me things. I'm doing things that I would never do. I'm not even an organized person at all. I'm just not. That's not how I am. Like, I'm taking notes. It looks crazy for me, but I was actually doing it and making sure I had everything right, had his medication times down and all that stuff. So it was something that I didn't. Yeah, that.
Yeah, man. I mean, and you know, I hope this doesn't sound condescending what I'm about to say, but as a father, you know, I just want to say thank you for doing that. Like that's important.
No, I understand.
You know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I would, you know, I'm also impressed that you were able to see your dad's dick and keep it moving.
I thought comedy was over. It was 2020. I was like, oh, well, comedy's done. So I guess this is me now. I'm a home health aide.
Like, oh, twice? I'm seeing it twice? Okay. All right. Let's hope comedy's done now. Yeah. All right, cool, man. So you learned that you can do anything as long as you put the mind and effort towards it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So now what we're going to do is we're going to open up these chakras from the bottom on up. Each question is designed to do so. First chakra, Marcus, is located in and around the butthole. You cool with that?
Okay. I mean,
that's
where
consent.
If that's where it is. That's where it is. I didn't put it there. So
Are you sure that's what you were doing in the car before you came in here? All right, Ace, let's go.
All right. So, Marcus, how did you learn to overcome fear?
Oh shit. I don't know if I have. You know, I like when I was a kid, I had a lot of fears, but I guess I just got older and realized those things weren't as serious as I thought they were. The only one I haven't really gotten over is spiders. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do not like spiders, but it's not like paralyzing like it was when I was a kid. I just kill them now.
Yeah.
It's like, get them the fuck out of here. Now I'm aggressive to the spiders. It's a war, but that's
But before you could have like chased you around like the Maury stage.
Oh my God, I would have thought he was going to do that. Like I thought he was going to put some sneaks on and just chase me around the house.
Man, that'd be sick if a spider had on 4 pairs of Jordans.
Yeah, just finally. That would be terrible, man.
Yeah. So just aging and realizing that fears aren't as important as you were making them in your head, or as big as you were making them in your head?
Yeah, I realized learning about things kind of takes the fear away.
Okay.
You know, I used to be really afraid of tornadoes, like really afraid of tornadoes. And I grew up and I learned about tornadoes, and I'm like, wait, I live in Philadelphia. Like, what am I afraid of tornadoes for? So it's really, you got to learn about the thing that you're afraid of and take the logic out. I can't learn about spiders because I can't look at a picture of one. So I'm not. Every time you Google it, you can't Google it without them showing you a fucking picture. So
I mean, nothing about a spider can be explained unless you're looking at a spider. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you have
exactly.
You have to see what they're talking about, because like there's no other reference point but spiders.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's why. So can you remember a time in your life when you were the most scared?
The most scared. I don't know if back. I can tell you the time I was most scared of a spider. I don't know if that was the most fear.
I mean, go for it.
Yeah, let's go with that. So I'm coming in the house and it's like 9-10 o'clock at night, and I'm a teen, not a teenager. I'm like maybe 13 at this point. So I had a bike, and I knew I had to be in the house at a certain time. So I was kind of racing against the clock.
Mm-hmm.
And I get home maybe at the last second. Like, I'm like, I got to get in this house. And my mom has to know that I was in the house before that time hit. And as soon as I get to the door, there's this huge, as soon as I open the screen door, there's this huge spider just sitting there, just like right in the corner. It's almost like he was like, hey, what's up, man? So you got to pay to get in the day, man. It's like, so I'm trying to find a way. I'm like, all right, I got to hurry up and get in here. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm scared of the spider, but I'm really scared of my mom. I'm kind of fighting battles right now with both fears. And I decide to open the door up, like from length, and see if I can push the screen door open, get my bike in the house before the screen door closes, before the spider jumps on me and kills me. So I'm thinking of all this, right? And I go, all right, let me do it. Open the door, push the screen door open, try to get the bike in, but I had a really long, like, low rider bike. And
you had a stretch bike?
Yo, it was crazy. It was the only bike they could afford. Either way, they bought the bike, and I mean, I had the bike, and it had like the pegs on the back.
Yeah.
And it broke the screen, shattered the screen door.
Oh no.
My mom was asleep. She wakes up. Now I'm late getting in, and I broke the screen door. When she finds out it was over a spider, she wanted to kill me. So yeah, that whole night I was afraid. Just fear on top of fear.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I mean, you could have also just like screamed up to the house, like, "Mom, I don't live here no more."
Y'all got a new son. It's the spider. The spider can stay.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, man. All right, well, thank you for sharing that. We'll call that a fear chakra popped open. Spiders. Yeah, also would have been funny if you'd have opened up the door and the spider would just tap it on his wrist, like, looks like somebody's late again. Yeah, fear chakra popped. Yeah. Let's go. Ace, let's go.
All right, we're to the pelvis chakra. So, Marcus, this is a segment we like to call My Bad. So it's an opportunity for you to apologize to a person, place, or thing in order to set your karma back to neutral.
We just did it. We just finished Marcus's Patreon episode of Chakra Poppers, and it was as smooth and funny as what you are watching now. So definitely hop in here for $1 to get all of our exclusive content, which not only includes the counter to the podcast you're watching right now, which we call Chakra Poppers After Dark, but we also do some fight commentary and analysis on Ansley's Jiu Jitsu matches, whether she wins or loses. We put it up there and we put it out. Also, Run and Joke Mark on social media, Instagram. Definitely follow Marcus because he's going to be coming out with a podcast soon. He hasn't dropped the name yet, but he'll drop it on the Instagram, right? You'll drop it. And you can find out all of his stand-up comedy dates. He drops those all the time. I'm constantly stalking his Instagram page. I don't go to a show unless I'm booked on it. So, but he's definitely a comedian you want to see, man. The first time I saw him, I knew that we were going to have him on this podcast. He's super funny. And other than that, we're going to get back to this episode and find out who or what Marcus has to apologize to.
My bad. That's interesting too. Okay. I want to apologize to my first roommate. I never apologized to him for this because
I'm sorry, I love it already. How long ago was this?
My first college roommate. So this was 2010.
All right.
And I mean, he thought it was funny, but that was a weird thing to say. So I just learned that if you commit suicide, if your roommate commits suicide, you get like an automatic 4.0. Like they give you the grades. It doesn't matter what happens, right? And I learned that. Somebody told me that, and I was like, all right. And
I always wondered, is that an urban legend or was that real?
No, that was from what I know, that was a real thing.
Yeah, because that was circulating around school freshman year for us too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah, you missed out on that one.
Yeah, because you didn't need it. you were reading and running.
Was reading and running in college.
Some of us needed to get through college to find out who we were as far as reading and running was concerned. But so Marcus, I'm sorry.
All right, so after I learned that, I'm talking to my roommate one day, and he started telling me he was Jewish, right? He started telling me about the Jewish faith, and he just mentions randomly, he was just like, yeah, and we don't believe in hell. And I was like, y'all don't believe in hell? He was like, nah, man. He's like, it's just different levels of heaven, or I can't remember how he explained it. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. And then all this information just kind of trapped in my head. I was like, so if you killed yourself, that would kind of be a win-win for both of us in a way. And he laughed, and then but I've always kind of looked back, like, why the fuck would I say that to him? What kind of, like, where did I come from saying that somebody should kill themselves just so I can get good grades? It was crazy. So I want to apologize for that, because I mean, I've said a lot of shit that I've laughed at, but I don't know if I thought that was funny as I look back. So
how long into meeting him did that come up?
Probably a month. Like, it wasn't that long into it. Like, it was
After you had some classes and realized that you might have needed a little boost.
Yeah, man. I mean, it wasn't even. I didn't even need the boost. I was just like, I did pretty well my first semester, so it was.
I did not.
You didn't.
I didn't do well until like my last year.
Really? It was opposite for me. I dropped out, so I was like, I started off well because I was afraid of my mom, and then like 3 years into it, I was like, my mom's not here. And then you know what? This is not really what I want to do. I already knew I wanted to do comedy, and I knew you didn't have to go to school to do comedy, so it was, it got bad my last 2 semesters there.
Yeah, no, complete opposite. As a matter of fact, early after my first year of college, I was kicked out.
You was kicked?
Yeah. My grades were so bad, I was kicked out. But they brought me back. The same college brought me back. And then I was still like, well, if they're going to, I can do whatever the fuck I want, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I figured it out. But, all right, so if you want, you can look into that camera right now and issue an apology. Oh,
man. All right. This goes out to Mark, whatever your last name is. Does this even get sent if I don't have your last name? Who knows? All right.
It works. It still works.
Still works. All right. Mark, I apologize, man. I'm pretty sure you take your faith pretty serious. And you don't deserve to kill yourself. As you see, I mean, I'm sure you're alive and doing well right now, and you wouldn't be doing all that if I would have got that 4.0. So I apologize for that, man, and I hope you're doing well, man.
Yeah. Oh my God, could you imagine if Mark was in heaven like, I wish I would have knew you were joking?
Yeah, I know.
It's like, are you kidding me? Again, dude, why are you still late all the time? That's good. I like that apology.
Yeah.
My bad, Mark. Another chakra pop, man. This isn't bad. Pretty easy.
Man, I like this.
It's
man.
pretty easy. Cool. Yeah. All right. So, Ace, keep moving.
All right. We are to the gut chakra.
Okay.
So, Marcus, how do you move past disappointment either in yourself or in loved ones?
I don't know if, as you say the word, I don't know if I'm disappointed by much. I really expect the things that I see from people. It sounds weird to say. Like, people mess up. People tend to mess up. I mess up. People mess up all the time. I don't know the last time I've looked at somebody like, man, I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah.
Maybe like a child, but that's because we put standards on children, and then when they mess up the standards, like, oh, okay, well, you fucked up. But
yeah,
as an adult, I don't know who I'm disappointed in, so I can't necessarily say I'm disappointed in myself. I say if I do mess up at something, I try to work past it. I don't hold it over my head too much. If I have a bad set, I get off stage and it was a bad set because I did shit. Maybe I was too high, or I just wasn't fully there.
You were too high. That is for sure what it was.
Yeah, when I fuck up, it's probably because I was too high. Yeah, it is. That's probably what it was. But yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily hold it. I just go, all right, I gotta do something better next time. So yeah.
You take accountability for it.
Yeah, accountability. Yeah, and I don't put that on other people. I don't try to put disappointment on people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I always like to ask this question during this section, which is, when you were younger doing sports, or maybe you did some sort of performance art or some sort of theater, but was there some sort of disappointment that happened in either sports or performance art that maybe pops up in your head every now and again?
I sucked at sports, man. I really, I can't say I sucked. I just didn't try, and I didn't practice, and it was nothing.
Well, to your teammates, you sucked.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes. They couldn't view the potential, but
they didn't realize how much you weren't trying.
That's hilarious. I guess when I will say this. All right, quick story. I played football 8th grade. I was a little bit of a chubbier 8th grader, so they made me play.
Wait, what?
I was a little chubby, man.
Do you believe that?
I had to take it.
They made me take ADHD medication, so that kind of shit just puts like water on you, and it was weird. So it wasn't like I was just eating; it was just like the medicine.
Wait, are you on ADHD medicine now? Like,
hell no, I stopped doing that shit.
I don't believe that either. You didn't need that medicine, dog. Because you're right now. You expect me to believe that at some point in life you are a fat spaz.
Yo, I was, but you know what it is? I wasn't smoking weed, so now I smoke weed instead of taking medicine.
Oh, okay, so now you're cool.
Yeah, now that weed is acceptable in society, I'm the cool guy.
All right, word. All right, so you ADHD, you're a chubby kid playing football.
I'm a D tackle, right?
Yeah,
and I'm doing all right at that. But I knew that I was supposed to be playing running back.
Mm-hmm.
But they just never made me practice for that. So one game, out of nowhere, the coach is like, yo, I need you to play running back. I think somebody got hurt. So he's like, I need you to go. And I'm like, we don't practice that. And he was like, yo, look, I just need you to be out there. And I'm like, all right, bet. So when I get out there, they're like, all right, Marcus, we're going to give you the ball. And you just got to take it as far as you can go. I'm like, we didn't practice none. I keep saying this to people, like, we didn't practice none of this. So they just acting like they don't hear me say this shit.
Yeah.
We go, we line up, they snap the ball. I get the ball. Here's where the disappointing part comes. I had the ball, and I didn't realize until you get the ball. Like, I didn't realize until I had the ball, this is what everybody wants. Because, like, as soon as you get it, the whole crowd just, like, shifts towards you. And now they just running towards you. So once I realized that, I'm trying to shake them. I see the crowd is like moving with me. I just kind of just tossed the ball. I just tossed it, and I was like, y'all not gonna hit me for this shit, dog. It was too many people. I was like, I just tossed it, man. It was sad. I'm glad nobody showed up for that.
Marcus, were you a little rascal?
That
sounds like something from the Little Rascals.
I just got rid of it. So my one game as running back, I got a fumble. Technically, a fumble.
Did you toss it forward or backwards?
Tossed it forward. I just gave the ball up. I wasn't trying to, like, there was no thought, like, oh, let me lateral the ball. No, it was here. Y'all can have it.
It's yours?
Yeah, I did not want it at all. I was like, y'all can have it.
That's wild, man. That is awesome. When you did it, did you just like stand there and just like watch what happened?
I ran out of bounds. I tossed it and ran because it was almost like they were still chasing me. I was like, they was too close to me.
Y'all ain't hitting me.
Yeah, I just ran straight out of bounds, man. It's terrible.
Now, I mean, just for to button it up for me,
mm-hmm.
Did the other team recover the fumble?
I can't remember who got the fumble back. I feel like
did you just keep running? You like ran out of bounds, just kept going.
I went home. I feel like we got the ball back still. I didn't care, which was the problem. If I cared, I would have made an attempt.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm picturing it. It's hilarious. Yes, that is for sure. Disappointment chakra popped.
Yeah.
That's popped wide open.
Yep.
Have you ever talked about that story on stage?
I haven't because I don't know how to make it short enough. I gotta work this out somewhere.
Yeah, that's funny. I love that. All right, Ace, keep it moving.
All right, we are to the heart chakra.
Word.
So, Marcus, what have you learned from grief?
We briefly talked about that. What I learned earlier from, I guess, my strength, my inner strength. I also learned that I had more of a desire to be a family man than I thought. Because my dad wasn't really a family man. He didn't have a family growing up. So he just kind of, like, both his parents, they died by the time he was like 11. So he didn't really know family like that. So after he died and I realized, I'm looking and I'm like, dang, this is kind of sad, man. I mean, granted, I'm glad I'm here, but it's like you ain't got no wife. My brothers I love them, but they're incompetent in that sense. One of them's on drugs. The other one just doesn't understand how to do the things that I know how to do. So, I mean, Yeah, I learned that I want to be a family man, and I want to take care of a family, and I want to lead a family, and all the things that I guess you're supposed to do. So,
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I have 3 kids. I still don't want to be a family. My son is 11.
we still getting it.
I'm still considering it. Nah, that's good. I mean, that's awesome. Are you in a relationship right now?
I am in a relationship right now. I'm not married yet, but yeah, I'm
Well, we've been together for 23 years. We have 3 kids, and we're not married at all.
Word.
Yeah, you can still make kids.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've heard, but I don't know. Again, through the grief,
Mm-hmm.
I learned. I'm looking at raising families and how I want to raise it, and I kind of found myself going back more to my roots religiously. So I'm trying to do it the Christian way. So I want to get married. I want to have a family after I get married. But if I mess up, it's not like I'm not having sex. So if I have a baby right now, I got a baby right now. So.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you just called us heathens.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I don't care.
No, y'all do you. I just want to do it the right way.
I just try. I don't know, man. Because I at least, that's just where my mind is at. I'm like, if I'm going to give my kids anything, they might not accept shit that I want to give them. I might give them money. They be like, I don't want your money. But I want to give them some kind of structure. And I don't have structure.
Yeah.
I don't even know what structure looks like. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go back to what I was raised on and see how that works.
Word.
He's got too much structure.
You think I got too much structure?
Mm-hmm. For the kids. Got a lot of kid structure.
Well, he's gonna have a lot of kid structure too. Because when you want to be a dad, that means you're gonna be there,
right?
And you're gonna be like hands on, and you can't be a hands on dad without structure. That's the only thing dads are for.
That is true.
Yeah, to be a dad with no structure is kind of goofy. It's like it's just like having one of those.
Just be in the way.
What's that thing outside of the car dealerships that's kind
of just dragging them along everywhere? Look at all the pictures.
Yeah, that's stepdad energy right there. that's uncles or stepdads right there. Yeah. Word, man. Oh, I'm rooting for you, man. I hope that happens for you in the time that you want it to happen.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna force it to happen any sooner. I'm not gonna wish it to happen.
Please don't.
Yeah,
let's let it happen when it's supposed to. Whatever that is.
That is my wish for you. All right, so we'll call that a heart chakra popped.
Yeah.
You figured out what you wanted for yourself, on top of what you find important in family and loved ones, right?
Yeah.
So all right, Ace, keep it moving.
All right, we are to the throat chakra. So, Marcus, what's a favorite lie that you tell or have told? Extra karmic points if it's still in rotation.
A favorite lie is hilarious. Damn. The one that's still in rotation. I guess this counts. I met some girl when I was like, how old was I? I was probably in like 11th grade. And I randomly, like, I just told her I was from Georgia. Like, it was just random. Like, we was talking. She wasn't in Philly. We was like out in the mountains somewhere. Mm-hmm. She's like, where you from? I was like, I'm from Georgia. And I was like, all right, this is cool because I got this girl. She don't even know who the hell I am and all this shit. And then she was just like, oh, you too? I was like,
no.
So I tried to keep that going for a couple months, but then I just kind of disappeared on her because it was like she don't even know me, man. I'm done doing this. So technically that lie is still going because she thinks I'm out here somewhere in existence, but from Georgia. So.
It'd be funny if she was from Jersey.
Yeah. She was lying too.
Yeah, because I'm assuming she was black, right?
Yeah.
That is. I don't know if you know this.
Black people like to say they're from Georgia?
That's where black people were made.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit stealing valor. You know what I mean? That's
hilarious.
Yeah, I'm from the source. I'm from Georgia.
I'm from Georgia. That's where black people were made. It's funny.
Came right from the tap. Right out of the tap. No, I wasn't one of those bottled and shipped to the North people. Like I'm from the source. That's what was it just Georgia in general, or Atlanta, or
I think I said Atlanta or something. It was so stupid because I don't even have an accent. Like it was just it was so stupid. But she believed. She was rolling with every bit of it.
Had you been to Atlanta or Georgia?
Yeah. I used to go to Georgia every summer up until maybe my preteens.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you had enough information to kind of back the lie?
Not really. She might have just been an idiot as I look back. Like not like a complete idiot, but she might have been gullible. Like just, and she fell for it.
Yeah.
I'm not a great liar, so it's not like I'm not like a con man. So I don't have it in me. I smile a lot when I'm trying to lie. Like it's terrible.
Yeah. Well, women are gullible. I think that's biologically how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because we're liars.
Yeah.
But none of us are good.
Yeah.
None of us are good at it.
But we still have to make kids with women.
But it's also really weird to be like, or awkward to be like, I don't think you're from Georgia. You know what I mean? Like that's a hard, like if you, like maybe she also found you charming and like she wanted to be around you. Like, but if you are like, if you call a guy out for lying, then like, you kind of have to cut him off because now he's a liar, right?
Now it's a lie.
So if you're like, so you
really
still
lying
enjoy
to
your
yourself.
company, yeah,
It's
they'll
really
be
what
like,
it
I'm
is.
just gonna believe this weird lie you're telling me.
I feel like if somebody tells me, a girl just tells like, no, I'm from Philadelphia, but I'm listening to her voice and she sounds like she's from New York or something like that. I'm like, no, you're not. Let's cut the shit and let's just get this. Like, we can still talk, but where are you from? Let's talk about this. Why are we?
Well, that's because you're very aware that people lie about where they're from. Yeah, that's wild, man. I love that. That's a very simple. Yeah, I'm from Georgia. You too? Oh, God.
I don't even know who told me that lying was a good way to attract women. Like, it was just so, it was like teenage thinking, man. It was so stupid.
Yeah, and actually, I'm going to, what you just said, I'm going to add to that sentence a little bit. I don't know why lying impresses women. Like, especially when you're young.
Yeah, when you're young.
Dude, if you tell a girl the truth when you're young, you are corny as fuck. You gotta lie a little bit. Yeah. You don't got nothing.
Kids lie so much.
Yeah.
I work with kids and I realize they lie about stupid stuff. It's like nobody even asked you that.
No.
Yeah.
And you came in with, I got this at home. What? No, you don't. What are you talking about? Yeah. Why'd you come here with that?
So he popped up in there and was like, hey, I know nobody asked, but I'm from Georgia. Hey, lady, I'm from Georgia. What up, girl? That's what's up, man. So, yeah. Well, that is definitely a throat chakra popped.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah.
Ace, let's go.
All right. We are to the third eye chakra. So we're out of the physical and into the metaphysical. So, Marcus, what's something that you've always thought of as separate, but as you've gotten older, you've learned it's really the same?
Something I thought was separate. But as I got older, I realized it's all the same.
Mm-hmm. I like the way you asked that, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I notice everybody repeats that question back, so I'm like trying to be particular about how I say it.
Well, it's because it's like none of us ever think about that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We got to make sure, like, you got to get our brains ready for that.
Yeah.
Well, I can honestly say I haven't thought about probably most of these questions you've asked tonight. It's never just come up. So yeah, something I thought was separate, but they're the same. I can say the opposite, but I can't tell you what I thought was separate.
Well, hold on to that answer because we're going to answer that question on the Patreon.
Okay. Something I thought was separate. I would say, damn, I don't even have an answer for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Can we give you an example and see if that helps?
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
If you have examples for this one usually, right?
I feel like one that we've heard before is that, when you're younger, family and friends are separate, right? As you get older, you learn that your family, like your friends, may become your family. It's not always like blood relations. I feel like we had more fun ones too.
Yeah. I can never remember the examples for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's one. Did that jar anything loose?
I will say this. When I was younger, I thought t-shirts and wife beaters were two separate things, but you get older, you realize it's just a shirt, man. You can walk outside. You can be outside with a beater on and just call it a day, man.
So it did draw something loose.
Yeah.
I love that answer. It's just a shirt. Yeah, are you a both guy? Do you rock the tee and the beater?
Yo, I will go no shirt. Just because, like, if I don't feel like putting clothes on, yo, I will go outside just shorts. Depending on where I gotta go, stores won't let me in, but yeah, depending on where I gotta go, it's levels to the amount of clothes that I'm putting on.
Okay, now was that always the case, or did you start going shirtless more after you started running, or were you always like that?
Definitely when I got abs, it was like now I got options. Now it sounds weird and a little vain, but I don't care. It was like the abs definitely added it. I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I got tats, I got abs. I'm walking outside. You got to say something to me. That's where I'm at now.
So let me get this straight. So you walk around shirtless, but you keep a shirt on you. You keep that thing on you. You keep that tank on you.
That's probably a good idea, just to have a shirt. I don't. If I decide to go shirtless wherever I'm going, I'm just not gonna have a shirt on, man. That's where it is.
Yeah.
I'm leaving it right there.
That's what's up. That is an awesome answer
Yeah.
to that question. I used to think t-shirts and wife beaters were the same, but it's just a shirt. It's just a shirt. All right, and is that all shirts to you, like collared, button-up shirts?
Nah. If it got a button or something on it, that's special. Any kind of button, we yeah.
You ever consider walking around with just a collar?
Do they sell that? Just
I think so.
A turtleneck. You can wear like.
They do have just the neck.
Yeah,
yeah. That is a little weird. What's the purpose of that? Is that so I don't have to put? What's the purpose of that?
I think it's for people that have abs that also want to be formal. You don't want to show up underdressed with abs.
A turtleneck with abs is crazy.
Yeah, that'd be so sick. Oh my gosh, man! Please do that.
Like a suit jacket,
that
no
would
shirt
be
under.
So sick.
Yeah.
Suit jacket, tie, no shirt,
turtleneck, no shirt.
Yes. All right, Marcus. That is a third eye chakra popped.
Word.
And probably one of the best. Probably one of the best. All right, Ace, keep it moving.
All right, we are to the crown chakra. Last one. So, Marcus, it's 2-part questions.
Mm-hmm.
What's one thing that you want to give up and why? And what would giving it up mean?
What do I want to give up? I've recently completely washed porn out of the equation. That was, I guess, you know what? I'm still trying to get it's still some girls that just stuck on my Instagram feed. It's every time I try to get them, the feed refreshes. It's I lost her again. It can't catch her, man. But yeah, I'm trying to get that out of here, man. But yeah, just I had to, man, because that stuff it just becomes a lot, and for no reason. It's not like I don't have a girlfriend, so
yeah. What do you feel like it does? What are the negative qualities of porn, or what is it doing to you rather?
I mean, now I guess it's not really doing much, but it was just kind of. I guess there were times that if I realized the difference, I want to have sex. That's something I like to do. So if running, it's just sex, and but it's there were times where maybe I could have diffused the situation. I realized that part. It's there were times I could have diffused the situation and all right, let's have sex. And I was just you know what? Fuck this. I ain't got to do. I ain't got to argue with you. I'm going home. Yeah. I'll deal with this myself anyway.
Yeah, my algorithm doesn't talk like this.
Yeah. But yeah, I had to get that out of here, man, because I'm like, what's the purpose of that? You know what I'm saying? For me, there's some guys that don't have ladies in their life, and I guess they gonna have to get it one way or another. But I got a girl, and I like having sex with her, so we just I'm just gonna do that.
So what does 100% no porn life look like for Mark?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I was. I wasn't like I wasn't at that point where guys are like watching porn through the day, and next they look up it's like, oh shit, it's dark outside. Like no, it's like I'm not that guy. I was never that guy. But
so what you're telling us, like you're watching porn and you look up and like, oh, it's still light outside. It's not even lunchtime yet.
Yeah, it didn't consume my day. Like I know there are guys that really have a problem with porn, where like it would consume their days. Like I know guys that they watch it like it's a show. I think something happened with Adam 22 and his wife and some porn stuff that just recently happened. And one of my homies hit me. He was like, yeah, dog, yeah, that joint was crazy. I'm like, you watched it already? He's like, yeah, it came out yesterday. I'm like, it came out yesterday? Nigga, I've never in my life watched the porno right after it came out. All my shit is like 10 years ago. Like, I don't know when this shit was made. How do you know that?
You got the hot new shit?
Yeah, you got new porn? Like, what kind of shit is this?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that, you know what? I realized that kind of stuff is different. Like, I don't hear that kind of stuff. And I don't necessarily, I told people stop sending me like random ass. People would just send you ass on Instagram, Joe, just like randomly. So yeah.
Yeah, I think people might send you ass randomly.
Yeah.
You were in the club though.
Yeah, I was in the consortium.
Because have you ever sent somebody random ass?
Hell yeah. It's just
not so random. See,
it was.
You asked one question and suddenly it wasn't random ass.
It was random times of day. Is what I should say. There was no scheduled ass. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Unscheduled ass. Stop sending me that unscheduled ass.
Unscheduled ass. That's the name of the episode. Yeah. Unscheduled ass. Yeah. All right. Marcus, that was it, man. How do you feel?
I feel good, man. This is a dope show, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Really cool, man.
Yeah. And do you have time to stick around for the Patreon? We didn't even ask you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, hell yeah. And by the way, that's $1. Gets you all of our exclusive content on our Patreon, which we call Chakra Poppers After Dark. It's very similar to this podcast, except now we're going to enlighten your shadow self. So we're opening up dark chakras, right? And also, Running Joke Mark is that's your Instagram. Is that also your Twitter? Is everything Running Joke Mark?
I do not have a Twitter, but everything is going to be Running Joke Mark, MARC.
Okay. And anything you want people to go to or anything you want to promote?
I mean, I did Kevin Hart's LOL Network. He has a show called Lift Comics. You can see that on YouTube, or you can see that on wherever LOL Network is, Peacock, and I think Tubi. And I got podcasts coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. Follow me and just stay tuned.
Cool. So you don't want to drop the name yet?
Not yet. You'll see.
Yeah. So Running Joke Mark on Instagram. Stay abreast of when this podcast comes out. You'll obviously have a good time. Mark is a very funny guy. And so follow us into the Patreon and we'll see you over there. Other than that, man, we love you guys and we are out.